There are many forgotten people in the world. These people are the majority of people in the world. They work hard to produce food to feed people. They work hard to build all kinds of buildings, to do factory work, to do so many work. They are human. They work harder than normal people. But people forgot about them. We will hear some politicians talk about these people before election. But after election, people don't talk about them much. They work hard, but they get paid very little. Their life is so hard. They just work hard to make enough to make a living day by day, mostly. The government talk a lot to help these people, but actually there's no real help for these people. It seems like a majority of people who have money, who have power, completely forgot these people. Not many people think about them. We can see many people who buy food. They never think about these people. When they're going to buy food, they just ask about how much, the price. Is it safe? It's sweet? It's good? Especially people who buy organic food. They ask about, is real organic? Is certification reliable? Do they use chemical or some chemical in this food? So we have a lot of questions like that. But nobody questioned it. How much the farmer get paid for this food? We never ask about that. Even government, they never ask, they never care about how much we get paid. When we're going to buy a house, we ask a lot of questions about the material, how good it is, the design, the environment friendly, how it saves energy, how is the cost of the house. But nobody asks about how much labor get paid. These people were forgotten completely. Nobody think about them. These people, they work very hard, but why they get paid so little? Why another career got more income, got more benefit from society? Doctor, engineer, architect, government official, they get better paid, and then they get more welfare, more support from government. Even their work is not different. They work hard too. Many people maybe think, oh, they get paid better because there are less amount of people who can be doctor, who can be engineer, who can be this career. So when we have less supply but higher demand, that's why the price, the value of their career is higher. But why we cannot make a chance for more people to learn to be doctor, to be engineer, to be architect, to be a government official? Why don't we do that? We can do that. Some people maybe think about, oh, these people, their work is so important. They save people's life. Like a doctor, they help people who get sick. Soldier, policeman, they sacrifice their life is so risky to work like that. That's why they need to get higher paid. But farmers' work is important too because they grow food for people. They make people survive. That's important. And in the same time, to be a farmer is very risky because you need to work with chemical. Many of them were cut off. Their leg were cut off. Their hand were cut off. Some of them get cancer. Many of them die because of chemical from farming. So who is responsible for them? None. So they work in the risky career too. This is what tells us that the majority of society ignore farmer, ignore poor people, ignore cheap labor. We don't care about these people much. Even government, they said that we have policy to help these people, but every policy that they help these people, all the help will go to the hand of the business people who work close to farmer. Like if the government try to subsidize farmer, most of the money will go to the hand of the rice mill, of the people who do business on rice. It comes to farmer very little, just to make them survive. That's all the help. When the government raise the wage of labor, it can be higher a little bit, but in the same time, whenever they raise the labor, the wage for the labor, the price of food will go up too. The price of gas will go up, everything will go up. And then when the food price rise up, even very little, but they eat every day, eat a lot, it's more than the weight that they get raised. So there's no real help for these people. We were completely ignored by society. This is what happened in the world now. Nobody really helped these people. We are forgotten people completely. So when we see this thing for many years, it happened like this. But why people still expect that they will get help, they will get support from the government? Because the government, they did not care about these people much. They want us to be poor. They want us to be cheap labor. They want us to have low education, so we can be cheap labor forever. And then many policy of the government, they want to increase cheap labor. They make the middle class people to be poor people more and more and more. So that is the way they can have more slaves to work hard, to make the small amount of people become rich. More poor people, the rich person will be more rich. That is the plan. That's what happened all over, everywhere. So I think it's important for poor people like us need to be aware about this. Need to be aware that nobody really care about us. Nobody really want to help us. We need to stop expecting to get help from other people. We need to come back to ourselves. They train us to not think too much. They create the system to make us more busy, work very hard, very poor, have a lot of debt. So we have no time to think about ourselves, no time to think about our life. Just work and work and work to get rid of debt. but we never free. We can never free ourselves. It's so hard. So when we know this thing, why we have to be in this system, I think it's the time for poor people or forgotten people like us need to come back to ourselves, to think about ourselves, that our life is the first priority. Ourself is the first priority. What do we really need in our life? We don't have a lot of time on this earth. The rest of our time that we have now, what do we want to do? We need to do it for ourselves. For right now, we did not do it for ourselves. We work for somebody else. If we think that we have no choice, that means we surrender. We will have no choice. But if we think that we have choice, we start to think about what choice do we have, and then we will find the choice. There are many choices in our life. So the choice for each people are not the same. Each people have different need, different expectation, different imagination. So when all of us think about ourselves more, we will discover so many ways that we can live happily on this earth. We need to think. We need to be able to think. We need to believe that we can think. This is the most important thing. We need to think and do it now, not keep waiting and waiting that one day the government will help us. That will never happen. So, it's time to think about choice now. We have ability to change everything in our life. If we believe in it, we can do it. But if we don't believe in it, we cannot do it. Life have to be in our hand now. We should not be slave forever. We need to free ourselves now.